Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are going with the first Jersey boy to the butcher. So here we have our best Jersey bull, so the one who never got sick, never had any issues, and he's heading for the butcher today. So this video is going to be a farm to fork. We're going to bring him from here to the butcher. We're going to go back to our butcher, Gilligan's in Roscommon. We're going to see what he looks like hanging, so the two sides of the carcass, and then we're going to go back again and see what he looks like when he's butchered, and we're going to bring him home and we're going to cook him and eat him and see what he's like. Excuse the bit of muck around here. We were sorting cattle yesterday for the factory and for going out, but here we have a pedigree Jersey boy, 518. So he's not over big. Now we're not going to weigh him today because we weighed him on Sunday last, as we were picking bulls for going to the factory, so we weighed everyone in his pen. It was 440 kilos, live a stick in his last weight there, 440 kilos, and he actually done 1.67 kilos a day, which was quite impressive now, especially for a pedigree Jersey. But there is lovely cover on him. You can see we always grade animals on is how pudgy that is there. That's the fat around the tailbone, and like he's nice. There is a nice cover on him. He's nice and full. At 440 kilos, he's not too big. We were hoping we get him to 500, but we don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, so we're going to let him go. He is just over 24 months, so if we were to look at him as a commercial animal like the rest of the bulls in the shed, he wouldn't be in spec. He is too light and he's too old now, but he does have enough fat. When all is said and done and this video is over and published, he's going to be on the farm shop website, Stewart Family Farm, Longford, in boxes for sale, and also there'll be beef in the shop. Now right boss, time for you to leave the farm. You've had 2 good years here. I don't know what would have been done if we didn't buy you, but you made it this far, and now it's time to finish his journey and head to the butcher. No, that's him dropped off. That's where we are, Gilligan's farm. So now, that's him dropped off, and we're going to be back on Sunday to have a look at the carcass, but not only our own carcass, but we're just talking to Alan there, and we're going to be looking at the carcass of an organic Dexter, Angus cattle and fancy Charlie cattle. Quite interesting to see the fat covers, the marblings, and how all looks in comparison to our pedigree Jersey boy. So we're just here at Gilligan's farm, and we're going to head in and have a look at our Jersey boy carcass and a few other carcasses they have in there to see how they compare and what kind of fat covers and that and marbling they have look like. So it's going to be very interesting. We're here with Alan just in the reception, and we just said we give Alan the chance to plug his own business and what did they do. So what is it that you do here in supply?
Well, sure, look, we have our own on-site abattoir adjacent to the farm, you know, and we're really lucky to have that, in my opinion, you know, because we produce a lot of our own beef on the farm as well, but we're also, as our business has expanded over the years, Philip, we are looking for more local farmers to supply us with cattle that are in spec for what we're at. We're supplying really anywhere around the island of Ireland, you know, mostly into restaurants, hotels, anyone really that's flipping a burger, or doesn't matter, you know.
Food vans.
Yeah, anything really. That is the cattle that we process here every week. We have some sheep suppliers as well that and we sell our lamb around the country to customers as well.
And you have a good just it's hard miss that all them red ribbons there, so it is.
We've won a few awards over the years, yeah. And then of course we have our own online shop that we're selling our produce directly to the end user, and we get those orders out with DPD the next day, and that's chipping away.
What's the name of the website?
So it's gilligansfarm.ie.
Now everyone, we are in the chill now. We're with Alan Gilligan, and he's going to run us through the carcasses he has here behind us. So there's a few carcasses here, so what have you to show us?
Well, first of all, Philip, you're very welcome here to Gilligan's farm in Roscommon, and thanks for taking the time to call over. And what do I have? We've kind of a really broad selection here today. I'm going to start with the first one here in the line. So this is one that we finished on our own farm here ourselves. this is a Charlie cross heifer, so like your traditional suckler breed.
Yeah.
And I would have had her in the shed for 60 days. So that's the kind of fat cover I'm looking for, you know, a really nice, consistent fat cover.
Yeah.
See, there's a lovely marble in the meat there through the cross section of the animal, yeah?
So what cuts would we be looking at there?
So that would be your rib steak there.
Yeah.
So that's from this bit down is your chuck, it's called. From here up then is your ribeye steak.
Yeah.
And then from here to there is typically your strip loins. And then you have your sirloin rump up here. At the very top you have your round cuts. And then on the inside, the most valuable piece is the fillet. Yeah, so that piece, that muscle never moves, hence the reason why it's so tender.
The fillet steak.
Fillet steaks, yeah.
You can see the level of fat, like the cover on her.
Yeah, no, I'd be very happy with that. That's kind of what we're after for my customers. That's what they're looking for, you know.
And what, like, if you were to give that, I know when we deal with factories the size that 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Well, I suppose, look, this is a local authority factory, so we don't have department officials in here grading the carcasses. So it's really down to, I suppose.
What, so you call that a nicely fatted animal?
Yeah, I suppose, like, I call that maybe a 3 plus.
3 plus.
But I'm not trained in fat.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm after. I suppose, like, my eye might be different to maybe someone in the department or where the machines are in the line. So I'd be happy with that. This one then, okay, bought from one of our local suppliers up in Strokes down there, the Gibbons family, Frank and his family up there. This is a Hereford cross. This would be more kind of your dairy beef kind of animal, kind of.
So that is a dairy beef animal, is it?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. And again, really lovely fat covers, kind of what we're after, very similar to the Charlie fat cover, I'd say. And you can see the cross section as well. Really lovely marble and the meat through it there as well.
You can just see the thickness of that there to the thickness of the Charlie. There's a fair.
And ironically enough, if you're really focused in there, Philip, see that? There's actually probably a better marbling of fat through the muscle.
Yeah.
Ironically,
than
the Hereford.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
How it can vary. We're only splitting hairs.
It's splitting hairs, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's the finer details.
Yeah. And this is, again, from the Gibbons family, Frank and his family up there. This is an Angus cross heifer.
Yeah.
Again, like, you couldn't have them apart. In terms of conformation as well, I'd say the Hereford is probably slightly better.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more there.
Way thinner,
Yeah. Beautiful marbling, that one.
Yeah.
Probably the best one of the 3 in terms of marbling.
Yeah.
And this is quite an unusual one, which I rarely have, but I said we'd throw it in for the crack. This is an organic Dexter that I've done for a defreeze for a farmer at home. And this animal is over 30 months, and you can see there, starting the hindquarters, like compared to that one, the difference.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that the Dexter's a smaller animal.
Much smaller animal.
Yeah.
That one was what? 85 kilo side, 170 odd kilos.
Yeah.
Weight. But I'm sure, well, if you like marble steaks, I mean.
Yeah, that's some marble in there now.
Personally, I've never tried them.
Yeah.
We kill a few for that guy every year, and it's an interesting one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of marble. It's great cover on animals. So there is.
Next one, Philip.
Yeah.
This was one we killed for you a few weeks back, and it's actually hanging now, and it's ready for butchering today, in fact.
Yeah.
So this was a Frisian cross bull, if memory serves me correct.
Yeah, FRX.
FRX, yeah, and you can see, to be fair, there's a really even distribution of fat cover over the carcass.
Yeah.
And up at the hindquarter like this, he's pretty well.
There's a bit of shape in it.
Yeah, there is, to be fair. And in fairness, there's a really nice marble of fat through the rib steak there.
Yeah.
So that's work done there, Philip. Yeah.
So he's not too bad now for an FRX. I'll have to just look up see what percentage he'd have to be Jersey in him. They're all FRX and they're all Jersey.
Yeah. How old was he, Philip?
He would have been just over. He was either 24 months or just over 24 months.
Considering his genetics and the fact that he's a bull as well, I think you've done a really good job with the fat covers on him, and it'll be. Yeah,
all produced in the county of Longford. No imported soybean or meal or anything, no.
Yeah. So then,
and the one we're here for.
The one we're here for, yes. This is quite interesting, I suppose, to see how this was going to turn out. I've never ever killed a purebred Jersey before.
Yeah.
This is really a first for Gilligan's farm as well. So,
as well as ourselves, man.
Yeah. So I suppose you instantly see First impressions is the difference in the colour. That's something that's stark.
Huge difference in the colour there.
Yeah, and you can see comparing the hindquarters side by side, there is quite a difference in the conformation of the hindquarter.
Yeah.
Even compared from the Frisian back to the Jersey, which is kind of what you'd expect, to be fair.
Yeah, like your pedigree Jersey bull, like 100% Jersey, like you're dealing with the real deal. Like it's a terror. The difference just. Slight, the bit of the shape and then the size of the carcass is slightly smaller.
So just to give people some perspective here, this one was 122 kilos this side of beef.
Yeah.
And the Jersey, 106.
106.
For this side.
Yeah.
So you're talking probably, what was this one? 212, 215 kilo carcass.
He was 440 live.
Yeah.
So he's killed out just under 50%.
We'll break him and see what he's like with the cross-section, shall we?
There's not just as much fat on him now as...
No, definitely not. Obviously you can see you're missing...
the big chunk of fat there.
To be fair, like when the lads were removing the hide, there's so little fat to work with, some of that might
could have pulled off.
Pulled off, to be fair. But there is, look. It's not as, it's just not there on him. You know?
Yeah.
And it's probably much harder to get that fat cover on that particular. I'd imagine.
Yeah, I would have said no, he'd have been the same fat cover as that one. Just going by how I picked them, we always picked them on how squidgy they are.
Yeah. See, do you handle them on the rib?
On the back.
On the
yeah. So that's where that's how I was shown to do it, and that's how I pick everything, and it doesn't seem to go too badly for me, but no, there is a good difference there in the fat cover.
That's something actually, I suppose, you know, how I trained myself over the years. I'd always be handling them and following them up to see and to try and calibrate my own. Yeah. Just to get it.
I see. Yeah.
I'd always handle them maybe in 3 places. I'd handle them here on the ribs, just along the sirloin up here, and on the tailbone as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just down to practice, really. It's not something you can show someone on a video even. You just have to know when you start feeling what it's like. Yeah. It's by following them up is how you learn.
Yeah.
Crack him open and see if he looks like.
So you come along the fifth rib.
So we measure twice, Philip, and cut once. About there. So this is our chuck, our rib steak.
Yeah.
These are our ribeye steaks, and then our strip loin is from here to here, and then our short ribs and our brisket.
And the brisket, that'd be mostly going to the mince, would it? Or the diced.
It could, or there's quite a lot of people even barbecuing them now and slow cooking them and smoking them and all that kind of stuff, you know. Again, I mean, there's actually
a nice marbling on them.
There's a bit there. In comparison to the Frisian, I suppose it's a slightly darker colour. There's a paler colour off the Frisian. I don't know if it's like
it's a paler meat, so it is. You'd nearly think he was hanging maybe a bit longer by the colour. Yeah. He's definitely a darker.
It'll be interesting to see what the steaks are like off both. Yeah. Do a comparison yourself and see. Yeah. And indeed, bono eat.
You'd nearly think there's a slight bit more marbling on him, would you? Or you'd be splitting hairs, really.
Yeah, you would. And actually, I'm kind of surprised to see how much is through the grain of him, considering what's on the side of him.
Yeah.
You know. But so it's interesting to see the differences in the breeds, and you know, and it really is it's fast to see, as we said, like the difference in the colour, given the fact that they were both treated the same way.
Very same
in terms of nutrition, and how they were fed and their age.
The very same age, very same diet. They weren't in the same shed, but the fat, we actually looked up to see why the fat was yellow.
Okay.
And because it's just not something we would have expected. And it turns out all Channel Island breeds carry yellow fat.
Yeah, you see that a lot with particularly grass-fed beef here, and other breeds as well, with the keratin in the grass can influence the colour, the yellower fat. It's quite interesting, you know.
It'll be interesting to see what it looks like in the packet now. So just a big thanks, Alan, for showing us around and showing us the carcass. It's definitely very interesting to see the difference between our own and then even your Charlie, your Hereford, your Angus, your organic Dexter, which the marbling is just something else on that. Yeah, no, very happy to see it. If you have any comments, leave them in the comments below. Which do you think looks the best, or the best marbling, or that? Because I don't think there's much in the difference between our pair and the Hereford or the Charlie and marbling. There's not. Splitting hairs, like splitting hairs. So we're here with Vinny and Paul, and they're just starting to break down our Frisian cross carcass here. Why you do it? You're taking off all the cuts off the carcass.
Yeah, that's we're going to take the bones out. We started off taking the bones out anyway.
Yeah.
This is where we started. This is the forequarter, that's the hindquarter. This is where all your VLs come out with, the forequarter.
VLs?
All your, for your burgers, you make burgers and mince and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah? Right, well that's where all this comes out with. On this, all your roast comes out with that on your steaks.
Yeah.
What Paul is taking out there, that's the
T-bone or strip line and fillet.
So that's what you're taking out there now?
Coming out. And then you have one of your rump.
Yeah, we're going to show you where that housekeeper. All the women know where the housekeeper comes out, don't they? Is that when they're buying, that's what they want, the housekeeper cup, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. This is where the housekeeper is. That's the housekeeper there.
In there.
In there. So we take that out. This is it here.
And that's just one of the muscles, yeah. So every cut is...
Every cut is a muscle.
Yeah.
Top label.
That has to be finished off now. You can see that now, we've that finished.
Yeah.
We trim it up and it'll be completely different to what you see there.
See there now. So Vinny's just after cutting us up there some flat irons.
Flat irons, these are called flat irons. These are a big seller. Jamie Oliver loves these.
Yeah.
He buys these, so he does. And this is how they're about 200 grams, know what they are?
Yeah, about that.
So that's what they are.
That's your flat iron
That's the
steak.
flat iron steak.
You work on prepping it.
There is a bit of work on them.
But yeah, they're a different one.
I think we're going to bring
That's a
them.
new thing. Jamie Oliver, that's the buy.
Nearly have the side broken down there now. There's not too much left, is there?
No, we've nearly all done. We're preparing it all now for the steaks and roast.
Knuckles.
Knuckles, but they're just round roast.
Round roast.
Round roast.
This will be a round roast as well.
I'm preparing a stew here, where you get your stew. So this is where we get most of our stew from the forequarter. So we're just basically trying to get it down to a 95 or 98 VL. VL is called visual lean.
Yeah.
Like if you have that there, that's not 98 VL.
Yeah.
We have to get this down to that 98 VL.
Keep trimming little bits off.
Yeah,
just,
get as much fat off it as you can.
yeah.
Because when the housekeeper buys her stew, she doesn't want loads of fat on it.
This will be the eye and eye roll.
Then that's the
stew.
Stewing beef.
Nice little cubes for them all for the
This
stew.
is strip line steak.
That's the strip line.
This is the strip line, yeah.
The fillet steak
fillet steak,
you're
yeah.
prepping there. That's the value piece.
That's the gold.
That's the housekeeper.
That's the housekeeper roll.
Rump steak.
Rump or sirloin.
This is your short rib here.
So that's how you create the short rib.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to turn this on so it'll be noisy. So.
yeah.
That's our short rib. think she wants them cut up, doesn't she?
Short ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah? Don't the problem.
Yeah, I think there's two in the bag.
So, oh yeah, in a slow cooker with barbecue sauce.
Now,
For on for 8 hours, and it just falls off the bone. And that's it. That's the side done, is it?
that's it all cut up. We'll Paul is going to steak it. It's a rib you're taking out. You don't want
Ribeye steak.
Ribeye steak.
Yeah, no tomahawks there.
And the tomahawk, if we were getting it, comes out of that piece as well.
Basically, yeah. So that bone will be left on that,
Yeah.
and it'll be cleaned. Yeah. So you can't do short ribs and tomahawks.
Tomahawks, yeah.
That's either
One or the other, yeah.
That's your rump steak there.
Rump steak.
Steak. And steak and all.
Doesn't be long coming together.
Make it look easy though.
Yeah. What's the marbling like on the fillet? It's not bad.
Very good.
Then like your Charlie and that had be much
It'd be a
bigger.
higher steak.
Yeah.
You see the line now is getting smaller there.
Yeah.
Then it starts to get bigger again as you go further in towards the rib end. You notice see the eyes getting a little bit higher now again.
So your Charlie would be more consistent.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And strip loin steak.
I think the ribeye steak is probably the nicest steak.
There's a nice, see the nice
I know.
fat through there.
Yeah.
There is. But that's kind of, it changes throughout the line like as you go through it.
Yeah. Ribeye steaks. So that is basically all done, all the steaks, the diced, even down to bone marrow, roast, the whole lot. So I just want to say big thanks to Vinny and Paul for showing us how it's all broken down and making it look like it's an easy thing to do.
It is easy. Trust us.
Amazing just to see what a side of beef turns into, just like that.
No bother.
What is it, about 20 minutes?
20 minutes. No bother at all.
So we are just on our way to go pick up our Jersey boy from Gilligan's. So we'll bail on in the shop van and we go see what this Jersey beef has turned out.
So just back in the shop with the beef. I actually already have 15 kilos of it gone, that's why I have stuff on the side. That went up to Mac Shack, so they take minced beef off us and dice sometimes. They make all their lasagnas, all their burgers. Gilligan already has all our meat packed and it's in boxes on a bulk label. So what we do now is we label individual items with all the important stuff on, what it is, how heavy it is, batch numbers, origins and expiration dates. So we'll get that done. We'll leave the camera on time lapse and we'll get it done.
And we are now in the shop. The beef, Liv has left out some in the fridge for us to have a look at. The rest is put away, and she's also getting ready for Longford show as well. So busy. The fridge. We have a selection of everything we have for sale of our Jersey boy. We have sirloin steaks, Jersey fillet steaks. You can see the marbling there in that, ribeyes, and the ribeye does look very, very good, doesn't it, Liv? Look at that for marbling. Quite impressive now for marbling. You can see the yellowness in the fat too. Also have diced beef, mince, quarter pounders, strip loin. Again, look at the marbling. The marbling seems to have come up really, really well. In duck steak, and this is impressive looking. These are short ribs. Look at the marbling on the short rib. Look at it. We also then have roast, large and small. So Liv is going to explain now what is in the Jersey boxes and what it gets shipped with. So I'll let Liv take over. So what's in a Jersey beef box?
So it's 6 kilos of all Jersey beef. None of the Frisian cross Jersey cross. It's all from the Jersey bull.
The Jersey, pedigree Jersey, yeah. Just to reiterate a point, when you're on the website, if you want the Jersey boy, you want this lad we're showing off, make sure to buy the Jersey box, not the other box.
And I know I have a couple of orders already in for Monday, so if you ordered one and want it to be Jersey, just send me an email.
So what is in the Jersey box?
So it's around at least 6 kilos. It will be a roast, and then a bit of everything. So aim to have a bit of everything, and it'll be at least 2 packs of steak
Per box.
per box. Yeah.
And the box that you're going to be sending them in?
This. So it gets sent nationwide. Unfortunately, we can't ship to the north at the minute. So all of the Republic of Ireland, and it gets shipped in these boxes that are insulated with the wool cool fleeces. And also there'll be 4 ice packs in it, and that will keep it frozen for up to 72 hours in normal conditions.
As you see, we use wool cool because we're cutting down on polystyrene and all that whole crack, and it's just more friendly, and it gives the sheep farmers more for their wool.
So orders in by 9 o'clock Monday morning.
To make sure that you're shipped out
Yeah.
Monday. So this video will be going up on Sunday, so if you're interested in getting yourself a box, make sure you have the order in before 9 o'clock Monday morning, so that Liv gets them all done and out Monday evening. Then they'll all going to plan. They'll be arriving Tuesday to your front door with DPD next day delivery. For anyone who orders after Monday, it'll be the following Monday. We dispatch all beef orders on Monday. When I say we, Liv dispatches all beef orders.
And it will arrive frozen.
And it arrives frozen. And now we go inside and we try some of these steaks for ourselves, and when we have them eaten and see what they're like, then we'll sit down and we'll do a final synopsis of how we think the Jersey boys have turned out for us. It's time to go inside and fry up some steaks. And we are inside now, and we're about to have some Jersey sirloin steaks. What have you, Liv? Sirloin steaks, is
Yeah,
it?
these are just the smaller ones of them.
The smaller ones. We'll eat the small ones ourselves.
Yeah, and there's a pack of strip loin as well. The
So,
strip loin are on the
there's
pan.
some on the pan here, but we'll just look at the small one. So you can see the yellowness in the fat there. Look at the ones in the pan. Smells delicious. And they're frying up there now anyways.
What you want is smell-o-vision.
Smell of vision. Cook duties, are you?
I'm on pan duty. Yeah.
Pan duty. So this here was our wedding present of me sister Jess. A chip maker. The Jersey boy steaks are on the table. Farm to fork. Look at this now. Fork, it's not a knife. That is how tender. Where do you get steak like that? Do you get steak like that in a restaurant?
How many food miles is it got?
How many food miles? From here to Gilligan's and back. So that is the Jersey boy devoured.
Not much left, is there?
No.
So Father Phil, what did you think of the Jersey boy steak? What was it, sirloin and strip loin?
You just couldn't get better. Tender, flavour, cooked it myself.
Yeah. Mother?
Yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely.
Really
Yeah.
tasty. Tender.
Yeah, I couldn't get over just how tender it was. Real tasty, real big, lovely bit of flavour in it.
But
But
there's nothing better.
yeah, absolutely gorgeous bit of steak.
And the lowest food miles you could get.
Yeah, literally. And his food, even that, the bull's food was grown on the farm. So you just don't get lower food miles than that.
There's nothing left.
Yeah, no.
Washing up, that's all that's left.
And so, the steak is out, we're back in. Come towards the end of the conclusion. Have both of the sheets, both the 2 sides of the Jersey bull and then the 1 side of a FRX bull that we've seen in the chill earlier. And the surprising thing, our FRX bull had a bone out yield of 69.78%. So the bone out yield is you have your carcass, they take all the bones out, cut up everything, have your saleable beef. So 69.78% of the weight of that side of carcass come back in saleable beef. With her Jersey boy, it was 71.71%. So it's nearly 2% more than our FRX, which very surprised. That's something I can show you. So the percentage of the yield that come back in steaks. So on our FRX, we had 3.63% of the yield was in sirloin steaks, but on our Jersey it was only 2.77%. We go down to strip loin then. So our FRX bull come back with 3.5% of the yield in strip loins, but our Jersey boy come back with 3.6% yield in strip loins. In the fillets, FRX come back at 1.32 and our Jersey come back at 1.17. In our ribeyes, our FRX come back with 1.81% and our Jersey boy come back at 2.27%. There's a slight variation there, not really major. Very interesting to see how the cattle do, and it gives you a deeper, in-depth idea. We all, when we sell cattle to the factory, it's carcass weight is what we have, and then you kind of always forget about, well, not all of that carcass weight that we get paid for is what's actually saleable when they take all the bones and stuff out of it. To conclude, the Jersey boy, he's finished, he's gone, he's in the freezer, he's ready to go to sale. And Liv has just shown me something here. My mother and my father, when they were in the Cotswolds, they went to Adam's farm and they picked up this farm to table. And you can really say that's what we're doing with the Jersey boy. He went from the farm to the table, and that's what this video is, farm to fork. Conclude on how the Jerseys went for us. So we started off 2 years ago. I actually think by this time we probably had them in. We had our Jersey boys in. Probably got more than what we intended on rearing, and to say it was a disaster is one way of putting it. They were incredibly hard reared calves, very soft, always seemed to be bouncing from one illness to the next, whereas we'd have other herds the same year where we had little to no issues. When it come then to putting them in, weighing them and going back out, the weights obviously were well behind our other lads. When they're out at grass, they've done pretty good. When they come back in, probably one of the things that we've seen with them, maybe not so much handling them, but in the sheds, and that they were bullies. They were more aggressive than the other bulls. If we look at it from a commercial perspective, just on the animal, not on the whole thing, but the animal at 440 kilos killed out 214 kilo carcass weight. So he was 24 months, he was a 214 kilo carcass weight. I just get my phone and see what the kilo percentage is. 48.6%. So if you're under them, he's 49% kilo, which is around average. As Alan said, he was a little bit lean of himself. He was a bit on the leaner side of what we would have liked. From a commercial perspective, he was overage, he was underweight. I think 250 kilos is kind of the minimum they want. Probably might have been a bit on the lean side. You could have been talking maybe a 2 minus 1 plus there. Maybe 2 equals. It's one of the things. I haven't been in the factory to see how they grade to get an idea of how animals look. I go off by how an animal feels. Commercial viability of that animal, no, basically not. The entire operation that we run on them, just loss making from one end to the other. We will regain some of our losses by selling them. How we're doing it. The beef, there's absolutely perfect. The beef is superb. We're very, very happy with how it turned out, how it tasted. You got to see. Now you got to try it for yourself. So all in all, the Jersey boys was a bit of a mixed bag. The end product is perfect, but to get getting it there was a hard road. Will we do Jersey boys again? The heart says, yeah, give them another go. Maybe get 5 or 10 and give them another go. Just not to let them get the better of you. And then the mind says, stay away from them. But that's how it is. I don't know whether we will or not. If the beef boxes sell very, very well and there's huge demand for it, then maybe we will. But if not, then we'll probably leave it at that. If you're interested in trying some of this Jersey beef for yourself, you want to see what all the fuss is about, you can head into the link in the description down below and you can order yourself, follow the Stewart Family Farm link and head over and get yourself a Jersey beef box. It's only, the Jersey beef box contains 100% of that Jersey bull that you've seen in this video, the whole process going through. This is a farm to fork video showing from the day he left to now. And yeah, this is something we want to do. We want to bring you along with this process of farm to fork. Also, we will be attending Roscommon Ploughing Match Sunday the 2nd of April. We'll be bringing the stone picker. We may be doing a demonstration, ground and weather is permitting. And also, if we have any Jersey beef over, we'll be bringing that with us too. But if you follow the shop on Instagram, we'll let you know there whether we will have some or not, if anyone is interested in buying small. But at the minute on the website, it's beef boxes. If you want to get some call to the shop, you'll be able to buy smaller amounts of different things. Anyways, I'd go and leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you think we should try a handful of jerseys in the future again, just leave a comment down below saying, yeah, give them a go. Heart over head, or head over heart. Yeah, whichever way you want to put it. Anyways, that is it for me. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That is it for me. Good luck.